Jess Lujan. Welcome to this edition of The Buzz. In-studio guests this evening, two young ladies winning the Island-wide essay contest. The presentation was made earlier today. Let's take a watch.
Hafaday, Brianna and Anna. On behalf of the Governor of Guam and the Department of Education, in conjunction with the Curriculum and Instruction Office and the Chamorro Studies Division, we present to you your official copies of your essays, your winning essays, first place winners, for Brianna Delgado on the first place winner high school category, and for Anna Bacani for the first place winner in the middle school category.
Thank you.
I want to congratulate you on behalf of the Governor and the Department of Education and Chamorro Studies Division.
Hey, and stay tuned because we're going to interview these young ladies. Be right back. Magic of television. Two young ladies, of course, are Anna Paula Bacani, 8th grade from FBLG, and also Brianna Delgado, Okadu High School, 11th grade, and of course, Anna, 8th grader. Ladies, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me, what inspired you? How did this come about? How many words? I guess we'll start with you, Anna.
What inspired me
Yes.
to do the essay? Probably because it's my first time here in Guam, and I wanted to know more about Guam.
You've been here
And
2 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And so, ever since, I've always wanted to read history books and to read true stories from real experiences. And I was really inspired by the stories of our ancestors, all the struggles that they went through.
So you had an intensive interview with both written history as well as oral history?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Brianna?
What inspired me was that I wanted to look back on my culture and compare how it was then and now. And when I did do that, it was a big difference. People struggled back there. They lost their family members, and that's why, as in my essay, how I mentioned I'm thankful now. That's what inspired me, like when I did the essay, that I'm grateful that I have my family around.
And actually, the essay, the topic of the essay was Me on Guam, December 8, 1941. Anna, you want to read your essay?
Oh, sure. The whole thing?
Yes.
Oh.
2 minutes.
Okay. Dreadful nightmare. A resonant thundering noise woke me halfway from my sleep. I didn't pay attention to that noise. I said to myself, today would be a feast. Nothing could ruin it. It was Our Lady of Cameron Day. That noise was just probably from a nightmare. Yes, a nightmare that came true on that day. It was December 8, 1941, and I was just 13 years old in that time. It was also the Santa Maria Camblin Day, one of the most important religious holidays here on our island. My family and I were very excited for the feast as we attended the Mass. Hundreds of families also went to the Mass at the Agano Cathedral. An ironic event had happened. Instead of receiving good news from Bishop Olano, he informed us about the invasion and the bombardment in Sumay. He dismissed the Mass and told us to go to our homes and find a place somewhere we could hide. Many people were frightened of what they heard. They didn't know what to do or where to go. At my age, the only place that I knew was safe was the church. So my family and I went to our house to get our belongings. Of all the things that we had prepared for the feast of the celebration, the only thing we could do was to leave them. Then we marched from Agano to Talofofo. On our way, we saw people burning the bridge. And this bridge is our only means of travel to get to our destination. I felt the glaring flames from the fires of hell as we made our way across. I saw the dark and thick smoke covering the sky as people tried to look for ways to hide from the Japanese. We arrived at Talofofo successfully, but unfortunately, the Japanese soldiers captured us. The soldiers took us to a concentration camp in Marizo. I became traumatized as I looked around and saw the many families that were already there. They already caught many people and families. The view of the area was horrifying. The ground was all muddy and we had to walk in it barefooted. Additionally, there were only 3 small huts for 240 people that were imprisoned. The huts were not even safe and were made wobbly. Because of the insufficiency of supplies and food, greediness arose among us. Furthermore, they obliged us to do harsh labors, and even the young children and the elders. For instance, we pulled weeds, planted crops, dug and gathered rocks. If one person stopped from working, they would tie his hands and hang them on a tree until his arms would fracture. Moreover, they didn't even respect the elders, nor had pity on them. Those incidents were just some of the atrocious treatments that Japanese soldiers did to us. At that time, I was frightened that they might take my parents away from me if I didn't obey them. Everyone else's feelings were the same: fear. Since a lot of people were already dying from hunger, families had no choice but to furtively steal corns from crops they harvested. The father was caught, unfortunately, by one soldier. Brutally, I saw the soldier tormenting the father by pulling out 3 nails as a punishment of the 3 stalks of corn that he stole. There was no food and water for us to drink and eat. If there would be, then that would be 50% worms and 50% spoiled food. All day, I felt like they treated me as a swine. Those spiteful soldiers had taken away our dignity and worth. The day never ended. All the struggles that we went on that day would never be forgotten. If there would be one thing that I wanted to have during that moment, it would be our lives. We wanted to live despite the fact that we already knew that we're dying. There was nobody we could ask for help except for the Most High. If there would be one place I could go, that would be to escape from that depraved place. Yet, those hopes were never given for free.
When we come back, Brianna Delgado will read us her essay. And you can chime into our conversation, 632-8255 or 632-TALK. Be right back.